What's up, residents? So today we have a pretty epic collaboration between some of the most badass kaiju dinosaur creators out there right now. We got Goji Center, we got Mr. Klayton Fioriti. We let him out of the basement yet again.
Help.
We have Al is here as well with me, and then we have King Kong19100 who makes some really cool animations. I'm going to leave links to everyone's channel down below. Everyone here is a badass, and if you haven't subscribed to all of us by now, you should watch all our videos. It's cool. So anyway, we're just going to do a casual kind of podcast style video here to we're really just going to fan out with you all and kind of just geek out a little bit. So really, guys, what do you want to see most in this MonsterVerse TV series, TV show? What is your dream of this show? What do you want to see
Titans.
most?
Cake every night.
Titans. That's the end of the video.
I want to see the new Titans.
I'm looking forward to a darker tone. I love Godzilla 2014, so if they can include those monster fights and appearances that are in that vein, where it's sort of spooky and a little more cryptic, that should be really cool.
Yeah, I think that's definitely something like, Al, I know you want that. Like I want it too. That's something I missed a little bit. Like I like the more action-y, kind of crazy, goofy, Marvel-ified recent MonsterVerse movies. But I watched Godzilla 2014 in the last, I don't know, kind of recently. And I was like, dang, this movie gives me goosebumps.
Yeah.
It is spooky. Like it's not scary, but it's spooky, and that's literally all due to how it was made.
It's a tense film.
Like,
it feels like if Steven Spielberg was given the reins of a Godzilla film, it feels like this is what would have come out. Very Jaws-like. And obviously that matches its story because we're basically seeing these titans for the first time. So it's like, it's meant to be foreboding, it's meant to be scary and tense because you don't know how the world's going to be from now on. So if the series is following that, that time frame where the public is first seeing these things, that's going to be a terrifying time for a lot of people. And I really want to see the events that take place from it. I want to see riots. I want to see people like barging into like government buildings. I want to see like people not leaving their homes and building bunkers or whatever because they're all terrified. Kind of like Cold War times when everyone's fearing of the atomic bomb and when can it happen? It could happen at any time. Who knows when a monster's going to come ashore? And I want to see people. I want to see people terrified. I want to see that kind of tense atmosphere.
Like borderline anarchy in like the first world nations. Like, oh, you guys couldn't handle it. You guys you should have told us. Kind of like I want to feel that sense of betrayal from the people. And I want them to just go apeshit,
Yeah, I mean, honestly, going on all of that, it'd be real nice to get back to the MonsterVerse before it had all this weird Star Wars technology in it. Like go back to where it's just like it seems real. It's just like tanks and like Marines and like soldiers and just feeling more real. And
even
honestly,
just a hint like there's no fish because the fishermen aren't going out. Why would they do that?
Yeah,
they're not going to the ocean. That thing's down there.
We seen, not trying to bring up real world beef right now, but we seen how bad the world reacts to a problem like COVID going on. Just imagine if it was 300-foot monsters appearing everywhere. How bad it would get. It'd be really cool to capture that.
Well, especially because they don't know what's out there, so there's that added element of they really don't know what to expect. Like you could have some guy see some random creature in the mountains of wherever, and then nobody believes him, and then there's like a handful of people that believe him but overreact, go to the mountain, get killed by something, and it could be like adding that mystery. And they could do a lot with this show if they play their cards right, especially with Toho's involved in this, right? Like I know there's a couple of executive producers
kind of like
from
the same
Japan.
thing they do for all the movies. They're just kind of there. They want to just kind of what is it? They usually have like a weekly phone call with the Toho people. I think they're just probably going to be you have Godzilla roaring in this scene. Cool. I don't think Toho's going to be all.
Well, they've got a good relationship with Legendary anyway because they seem to trust that Legendary knows what they're doing. They're like, wow, you guys are really faithful to the heart of Godzilla, so we trust you guys. We'll come and we'll see. Just make sure what you're doing is not like mental. Oh, that you're doing a decent job, right? We'll go back to our own studio.
I think it's just they're going to check up in on it.
Another thing I want to see is nobody's really mentioned our boy Kong.
I know, it's weird.
He's still out there. He's still out there. I think, I mean, at this point, I don't think he's tiny either. He's pretty big. Because
he's got to be
since
about
1973. Yeah, exactly. He's like in his 200 feet in height. So, I feel like if we could visit Skull Island at least in one episode, that would be cool. Really cool. Kind of like, I don't know, maybe Kong is kind of like, I don't know, maybe he fights another Titan or something. Like a Kong dedicated episode would be kind of cool. And maybe we see, because we do know that Kong in GVK, he understands sign language, and he understands when Gia said Godzilla. So like maybe we can see kind of like how Kong learned to understand humans via sign language, and maybe he finally gets introduced to the concept of Godzilla or something.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
it makes, because I think in the lore they said Godzilla's been circling Skull Island a lot lately, or at least in some sort of promotional thing they were doing.
Yeah,
that'd be really cool, because in Godzilla versus Kong, Godzilla just straight out hates King Kong, and King Kong is like, oh shit, there's that asshole. And they act like they know each other, kind of. Like, yeah, they played on the whole our ancestors were rivals, blah 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 blah. But like, honestly, like, they reacted, like Kong looked at Kong like, oh crap, there's my cousin that I can't stand, and we're at Thanksgiving dinner. Like, that's kind of like how he looked at him. And then Godzilla looked at Kong like, oh, I want to beat your ass. It just seemed like they already met before. So that would be a cool, like a couple episodes story arc, just like a Kong little arc. Because King Kong, Kong is a badass, and he's really popular, and it's kind of annoyed me how people are like shunning Skull Island when it's probably going to be insane. It'd be cool to see Kong. You're right there, Joe. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What else?
Dogs.
Sorry.
Do you think it would be a bit too cheesy?
Yeah.
A bit too cheesy to have.
I can see that as being a
someone
gag.
who didn't get to, he wasn't there for the monster attack, to be like, don't believe it. That's CGI. I don't think it happened. The government's lying to you.
Oh, that would be funny. Yeah. Yeah, that
I mean, that'd be one of those, like,
point.
if we're gonna have like dumb humor, like kind of like King of the Monsters style humor, like that would be kind of funny. But like, do you guys even want to see that a bit of humor injected into it, or do you want that?
Here could be something funny. He's like, I don't believe that, because he sees it on TV, and then someone shows him like footage from a 1970s Toho suitmation thing. He's like, that happened? He's like, that looks...
It would be cool to see some clever humor in there, because a lot of TV shows are trying to be kind of funny these days, because, everyone just wants to laugh. Like examples like Peacemaker. I don't know if you guys have seen that. Like, they put out some really stupid jokes in there, but damn, it nails right, and it's really funny. And like, they could do that, but man, I just hope if they're gonna have some humor, please don't be stupid.
It has to be like smart businessman humor kind of thing.
Who would have thought? Like, who laughed at that joke?
No one laughed. I wanted to make an edit where they edit that single shot out of the film, and it would have improved the film by like a whole star. Because whenever I see that line makes me cringe so bad.
Like, that one scene caused a lot of hate. Yeah, and they used it in the damn commercial.
They're trying as hard as they can to get the casual audience in there, which is every franchise this day and age. But like, maybe the show like would actually tone back on that sort of humor, because they don't really. I mean, that's a line that was made specifically for like a trailer or something, in my opinion. Like,
yeah. Just like the
oh my god, that was bad.
I actually kind of like that though, because that's something that I used to say. I still say all the time. Whenever someone says "my god," I go Zilla. So like that reminds me of me. But like gonorrhea, that's just stupid.
Too much.
But if we were gonna have humor, it'll have to be like good, smart humor that only kind of like defines them as characters. Because it got to the point in King of the Monsters where everyone was just cracking the same dumb dad jokes, where it was like, who here's got a personality? Who's got one?
Oh, you know why they probably did that?
Yeah.
They probably did that because I will say I love Godzilla 2014, but the biggest weakness of that movie, Aaron Taylor Johnson's character was really dry. Like and I think that they tried to inject a little bit of humanity into those, but that was just.
Well, could we see Ford Brody again? Like, could we see him? Who knows what he's doing?
I was hoping we could. I want to hear him do that line again in 2014. And he's like, "Daddy's home.
It would be cool.
Cake every night. That was the
Cake
best.
every night.
Exactly.
It would be cool to kind of see. I mean, I'd like to see human characters that are actually really cool. Like, I mean, with a TV series, they gotta make some cool human characters. I mean, at this point, can we honestly say there's been a really cool character in the MonsterVerse other than Serizawa? Like,
Gia.
The ghost of
Bryan
Brian
Cranston was sweet. Gia was cool too. Gia was cool. A lot of people like kind of give her crap just because they're a-holes. But like, yeah, like there's been a few characters that were pretty cool. Like the whole Skull Island cast I thought was pretty nice. But realistically, other than Serizawa, there was no continuation, like no continual character that was cool, and then they go off and kill him. So it's like,
and it's annoying because they had Mark Russell, and I actually quite like Mark.
He's a good actor,
Russell.
yes.
And then in Godzilla vs Kong, he's just not even there.
Yeah, he's just in the background.
What if they get the guy that got home and he sat down and had a hot dog or whatever?
From
the
Skull
credits
Island?
of Kong
Yeah,
Skull
I
Island?
mean,
Well, I saw a
He
theory of
looks out
someone
the
saying
window
that they're
and there's like
related
a
to
war
him.
bat.
So I saw a theory that someone was like, oh yeah, he must be related to someone in Monarch or he must be in Monarch somewhat, because obviously the synopsis bases it around that the family's got a connection to Monarch somehow. So could they be, could it be him? Could it be Runda? It could be like there's so many people that have already known about the Titans' existence that they're only just discovering about, like the rest of the family's just discovering about.
yeah.
He's like, I've got something to tell you. I've been following giant monkeys, so it's a bit like, we'll see their reactions to it as well.
Yeah, it is kind of weird how they're using like another family trope, like we follow a family's connection with the Titans. It's like, why does it have to be a family? Like,
That's all they know. It's like we gotta. I think that's like a marketing thing. We gotta hit this age demographic, and we gotta let the people buy action figures and stuff. Although it could work in its as I think it's all about tone. Like it all comes down to what kind of. This is the interesting thing about the MonsterVerse is each movie is kind of wildly different. Like to me, Godzilla 2014 got really close to. I don't want to say a Lost World Jurassic Park, but it was way more serious than like the other Godzilla movies. And like Skull Island, when something bad happens, like the guy gets flipped by the Skullcrawler's tail and he like blows himself up. That was really silly and like
Kong eats someone and then it cuts to someone eating a sandwich.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like so we'll see. It's all about tone, really. And the one interesting thing is they can pick and choose. Probably per episode which tone they want to go for. So maybe we'll get like a super serious episode. Maybe we're gonna get an episode like Godzilla King of the Monsters where they're making stupid
you're
jokes.
going for like a Mandalorian
I hope
approach
not.
to where they used like multiple different directors for like almost every episode.
Oh, they'll definitely do that.
Yeah, they'll probably do that. But tonally, I really hope it stays consistent and we don't finish the series going, what did I just watch? What happened?
I don't know.
So
I know there was a genuine worry that Godzilla wouldn't even show up though, because it was like obviously everyone knew that Godzilla kind of went underwater and kind of disappeared for a while. So it was like, I really hope it has Godzilla in it.
Yeah, I will say, Jacob, you did bring up a good point earlier where you said that these episodes should definitely have kind of like a Jaws approach where, I think in order for the Jaws approach to work, because I know that's what 2014 took. In order for that to work, you gotta have good characters. Otherwise, you'll just have.
Yeah, like I don't care if the character I don't give a crap is about to be killed. I'm like, good, like I don't care, like. So you gotta you have to have a character that you can actually like. There's too many shows being made these days to where everyone's just like, these characters suck. I don't care about this show.
Yeah, and also like the thing with Aaron Taylor Johnson. Imagine how much cooler that. I really like that movie, but imagine if that guy was. Just like slightly charismatic.
Yeah.
I want the main character of the show to be Ford Brody's son, who's grown up to be John Cena.
John Cena. Yes.
Where's
that
my
kid,
cake?
He must have had one hell of a growth spurt, dude.
Yeah, it's like in a year he turned into a 40-year-old beefy man.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, guys, we just kind of wanted to come in here and cheese out with you guys a little bit about what we want to see. Realistically, I think what it boils down is like we want to see a tonally kind of serious series. We want to see Kong given the respect that he definitely deserves. We want to see the human characters not suck, and we just want to see the Titans kick butt. You know, like that's really I guess all you could really ask for in a really epic kaiju series. So. Yeah, anyway, I guess we're gonna end here, and if you guys like this big old collaboration we got, let us know down below in the comments. You know, this is a good time hanging out with all these guys. If you want to see it more often, you know what to do. Make this video grow big, and don't forget to go check out all these guys' channels. I'll leave links to that. They're all badasses, and you'll definitely enjoy their content as well. So thank you guys, and we'll see you next time when we have some more MonsterVerse stuff to talk about.
Go away.
Yes. Peace.
Take it easy.
Yeah, bye.